Are you here? It's the Paul Leslie Hour. I want you to join us on a Jimmy Buffett walking tour of New Orleans. We're walking in New Orleans, and we're going to see all the key spots with a Buffett connection. Remember to subscribe and tell us which places you've been to. Now, let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm Paul. Welcome to the Jimmy Buffett walking tour of New Orleans. Whether it's your first time on this channel or you're coming back, thank you so much. You can consider this your orientation to the University of Bourbon Street. You're going to need caffeine and carbs for this journey. Jimmy Buffett sings about the Café du Monde and the wino and I know. The coffee is strong at the Café du Monde. Donuts are too hot to touch, not too hot to eat. Let's go. The Café du Monde is an institution going strong for more than 160 years. You can't go wrong with fried dough and coffee. But remember, they only take cash. We're close to our next stop. Just dust the powdered sugar off your face. Now we're at Jackson Square. This was a place very, very important in the beginning of Jimmy Buffett's history. When he was with the Upstairs Alliance, he would perform at a place called the Bayou Room. And afterwards, he'd come over here to Jackson Square and take it all in. Undoubtedly a source of inspiration. Jimmy wrote about this place in one of his earliest songs. He sang about sitting on a bench, drinking his wine, and breathing the midnight air. Now let's leave Jackson Square. We're going to stay on Decatur Street and go to a place many of you have been. We're at the location of the second Margaritaville Cafe, and I'm sorry to say that it is currently closed. 1104 Decatur Street. There are many memories I've had there of great food and original music. That was what the focus of the Margaritaville Cafe always was. But right now, it's closed, so this is the best I can do. Of all the locations, the Margaritaville Cafe New Orleans Storyville Tavern was my favorite location. But we gotta go. It's just about 1.5 miles to our next stop. And it's supper time. Okay, we have to make one stop here at Galatoire's here in the French Quarter. For anybody who knows the famous Jimmy Buffett album, Last Mango in Paris, the pretty famous shot of Jimmy with the model, whose name will be revealed soon, is from this very restaurant. I'm really hungry. I have a reservation, so I'm gonna go on in. Get a reservation to eat at Galatoire's. They do have a dress code. Ask them where the cover photo of Last Mango in Paris was taken. They should be able to tell you. By the way, the lady in the picture recommended to me the sweetbreads and the turtle soup, a first for me. I'm going to get changed. Let's continue our Buffett walking tour of New Orleans. The next place on our Buffett walking tour is 500 Chartres Street in the French Quarter. This place was originally intended as a residence for Napoleon Bonaparte. It was built in 1794. All right, I just left Napoleon House here in New Orleans. Now this place has a little Buffett backstory. This is where Jimmy saw the words, "Weather is here, wish you were beautiful." He actually wasn't sure if it was the Napoleon House or Captain Tony's Saloon in Key West, but the song got its inspiration possibly here. By the way, I recommend the bread pudding. Be sure and get a Pim's cup. Let's take a look. This is one of those places you just have to see. With classical music playing in the background, it's just a cool place. Now I think it's time we go on to our next stop, another bar. In Jimmy Buffett's song, The University of Bourbon Street, he sings about Pat O'Brien's hurricane accreditation. It's the second song in Jimmy Buffett's career that mentioned this very tasty drink. As you can see, I've just left Pat O'Brien's bar, home of the world-famous Hurricane, often imitated, never duplicated. Their slogan is "Have fun." It's one of the most popular tourist locations. I picked this place because of the song "It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere" that mentions the hurricanes. It's always a fun time, and I wanted to include it. And with glass empty, it's time to go back to the hotel room. We've got a lot of places to see tomorrow. Our next stop is a place that many people would overlook, but if you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, you're going to want to see this. Okay, so this is the second day of our walking tour, and this isn't exactly a business. It's a street corner. We're on the corner of Conti and Chartres Street here in New Orleans, and this place is significant to our tour because this is the first place that a young Jimmy Buffett set up shop as a street performer. And as you can see, there's a guy who just got finished singing "Summertime" on the street corner there. Jimmy Buffett's first paid gig was 25 cents. Of course, it was a matter of time before I ended up here. If you're a Buffett fan, this place is a must. All right, I'm here at the Tropical Isle on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. It's been a long time since I was here, and this top floor is called Top of the Trop, and there's all kinds of Jimmy Buffett memorabilia. It was quite a number of years ago. I did an interview with Pam and Earl. Earl has passed, but they were huge Jimmy Buffett fans, and I remember they gave me on the house a complimentary hand grenade. And you'll see people walking all around New Orleans with this drink. And there's a good reason for that. It's very good. Let's take a little look around. If you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, you're going to be looking everywhere. There's photos, memorabilia, and that night, the band Rhythm and Rain was playing. Being up here on the balcony and looking out over Bourbon Street brings back a lot of memories. I had one particular evening in my life that was, let's just say, a bit indulgent. All right, having left the Tropical Isle, we head further down Bourbon Street to John Lafitte's Blacksmith shop. Now, we're going to stop in there and have a drink. The reason for that is Jean Lafitte was one of Jimmy Buffett's heroes growing up, the pirate and the hero of the Battle of New Orleans. Let's go inside. Jimmy Buffett told Elliot Forrest, "When everybody else was studying generals and American war heroes, Jean Lafitte was my hero." This is one of the oldest surviving buildings in New Orleans. It's very cool to look around and explore, especially at night. Go check it out once the sun goes down. Your Jimmy Buffett walking tour would not be complete without a visit at Two Jacks. This is the second oldest restaurant in New Orleans, although the location has changed. Two Jacks was always one of Jimmy Buffett's favorite restaurants and was mentioned in the short story Take Another Road from Tales from Margaritaville and in Where is Joe Merchant. You can see pictures of Jimmy Buffett on the wall, many pictures showing that he was a repeat visitor again and again. It's a great place. So we all kind of dined together. What did you all have? Go ahead, please.
I had the boudin balls and the wedge salad.
And I had the barbecue shrimp and escargot and bread pudding. I don't know, I thought it was exceptional.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of snails, escargot, and it was really well prepared. Not to can overcook
Right.
shrimp, not shrimp, escargot very easily, and it was not rubbery. So I got that right.
Yeah.
Bread, the French bread down here is amazing, particularly here.
Delicious. I had the bread pudding too.
Yeah,
the bread pudding.
Bread pudding, a few slices of banana and the sauce. It comes hot and perfect.
It was very
Wonderful. Yeah.
I thought everything was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was great, yeah.
I'm here inside Tujague's. If there has been any place on this trip that will be the most memorable, it's this place. Fantastic. I had the goldfish. We also had the shrimp and grits. The oysters Decatur, which was polenta with fried oyster. For dessert, their bread pudding was a combination of bread pudding with a little bit of bananas foster. Oh my goodness, it was just wonderful. The service was divine. I can't recommend this place enough. Fantastic. I can't wait to go back already. There's one final stop on our little Buffett tour. We're away from the French Quarter. It's time to go home. First, we head over to 626 South Carrollton Street in New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Camellia Grill. Now, Jimmy Buffett writes about the top 10 best cheeseburgers. I've had just about all of them. I must say, the Camellia Grill is probably the best of the lot. He also highly recommends the chocolate pie. Jimmy said that a girl he dated was the first to take him here. He talked about riding the streetcar down St. Charles Avenue to visit this place. He said Camellia Grill is as much a pilgrimage as a trip to the St. Louis Cathedral.
Guess where it's at? Right there.
They don't take reservations, but the line is worth it. Well, that concludes our tour. It's been a lot of fun going to all of these Jimmy Buffett sites around New Orleans. I want to invite you all to go on your own holiday. You can visit all these stops, just one, or whatever you want. Let me know what your mileage is. Until next time. And here's a bonus for you. If you get a chance, go to Central Grocery and get yourself a muffaletta. They're the original. Jimmy Buffett also sang about that place in the University of Bourbon Street. But hey, you can only fit so much into a trip. If you could be anywhere in New Orleans right now, where would it be? What's your favorite place in New Orleans? Leave a comment down below. The fact that you watched this video to the end is something I greatly appreciate. Thank you again.